The thing is, I have
and
to tell
that
you,
he was going to play as long as he felt as good as he does now. Now, are you trying to get him to retire?
You know, I just have to say, as a wife, I'm a little bit, it's, as you know, it's not the most like, let's say, an aggressive sport, right? Football, like he had a concussion last year. I mean, he has concussions pretty much. I mean, we don't talk about it, but he does have concussions. And I don't really think it's a healthy thing for your body to go through like through that kind of aggression, like all the time, and that could not be healthy for you, right? And I'm planning on having him be healthy and do a lot of fun things when we're like 100, I hope.
All right, 100, she hopes. Let's bring in NFL insider Dan Graziano. Dan, Tom Brady has never been on the injury report for a head injury during his entire career. When I first heard this story, I thought, well, she's a wife. Of course she's going to be concerned. This is what anyone would be concerned. Wife, husband, whatever the case may be, you're going to be concerned. So should we make anything of this at all?
Yeah, I think the only thing, Carrie, we can really make of it right now is this is a concerned wife. We don't have facts regarding whether Tom Brady had unreported concussion symptoms, whether he reported them and the team didn't handle. All that stuff, we'll find out what's going on there, if anything. But right now what we have are comments from Gisele expressing concern about the health of her husband. And I think as we discuss this concussion issue, which is a major, major issue facing sports, facing the NFL, it's important to do it responsibly. It's important to do it with the understanding that no one has all the answers yet, that all the league's concussion protocols and responsibilities are evolving and are constantly being overhauled. And in the meantime, there are families, there are wives, there are children who have concern about the welfare of the players in this game that they love and care about. And I think when we look at it that way, we understand how important it is to make sure that we are getting it right, that the leagues are getting it right, that the players' unions are getting it right when it comes to this issue.
You know what, Dan, that is probably the biggest takeaway from all of this, because you've mentioned she's not a doctor. So we should remember there is that he's not just a player, he's not just a hero, he has loved ones, he's a father, he's a husband. So that's very important. I appreciate that. Let's move on, because there is other Patriots news. Former Patriots running back LeGarrette Blount has signed a one-year deal with the Eagles. Break down the specifics of this. How did it all come about?
LeGarrette Blount drew interest from a number of teams on the market. The division rival Giants, the Eagles' division rival Giants, were interested. Also, there have been some reports that the Cardinals were interested. I think our Adam Schefter mentioned that earlier today. So LeGarrette Blount was able to get a deal in the range of, as we see here, up to $2.8 million, which is much better than the $1.1 million tender the Patriots gave him last week. So good job for LeGarrette Blount. He will likely replace Ryan Matthews on the Eagles roster. The Eagles likely to cut Ryan Matthews once he passes a physical, or cut him with a failed physical at some point. Major overhaul to the Eagles' offensive players around Carson Wentz this offseason. They drafted a couple wide receivers. They drafted a running back, Donnell Pumphrey. They signed Alshon Jeffrey and Torrey Smith. They signed Chance Warmack to play guard. A lot being done in Philadelphia to make life easier and more productive for Carson Wentz in his second year.
All right, that is our Dan Graziano with an insider perspective. We appreciate you joining us here on SportsCenter Coast to Coast.